It's a business blast. Thank you for listening. You got to go to satco.com. That's satco.com. Light thing, right thing, Greg.
Yeah, is there a one thing I've been thinking about with this business blast? Is there a new protocol when it comes to phone calls? And what I mean by that is you need to schedule phone calls. I'm starting to get, I get a few phone calls and things like that, and people are like, yeah, call me on this day at this time. How about I just call you right now and we get it figured out? It seems like those days are I don't know if gone is they're not gone. I mean, I'm still calling people proactively, but it seems weird that you have to schedule out phone calls. And the other part too is when you do that, then you find out, okay, is it a web call, a Zoom call, or is it a phone call? Like, what are you going to do? And I had a guy the other day, he emailed me and I wrote back and I said, okay, yeah, I'm available at this time, and are you going to send me a note? Is it a web call, a phone call? He goes, I'm just going to call you regular. Like, perfect. I want a regular call. I like that. We have phones for a reason, but is that a new protocol? Do people need to schedule this stuff in?
That's generational, Greg.
Is it? Scott's coming in hot.
No, it's like if you're looking to call anyone under 35, if you're looking to call anyone under 35, ask first.
Ask if I can call. I would have to agree. I think that,
like, Greg, I ask you if I can call you, and I know that's because you're busy, but also that's what I do to everyone.
You ask for a phone call. Yeah, you're right. You do that. I noticed that. I'd say just call me and I'll answer it if I can. Mike, are you seeing any of this?
Well, can we start from can I unpack this a little bit with you?
You first? Always do. Absolutely.
Okay. So when I was a kid, if you wanted to find somebody, you could pull out an old book and everybody had their phone number and address in this book.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Canada was like a kind of a community. I don't know if you had this in the phone books in the States with phone numbers, names, and addresses.
Yeah. Yeah. White pages or whatever.
Yeah, they would send you a letter in the mail. My parents would fill it out. This is our address. It's, B and J Colligan at this address, and this is our phone number. And you look people up and oh, yeah, there he is. I'll call that guy. Right? And now people don't even have their messages are just, you reach for 1688. Right? Right? Beep.
Yeah.
Like people are hiding something. It's like we don't trust one another. There's so much. There's a phone right there. There's so much. There's such a lack of trust when the phone rings that it's a waste of time. Like there's so many calls now to people that are like sales calls and non-calls and fake IRS calls and scams, and people have really lost a societal trust for the phone. And but you have to look at these things. Never mind making appointments for calls. Shut up. I'm just going to call you if I want to call you. Like, I'm not playing that game. Unless it's like a customer, like if I'm going to call a customer or something, that's like, hey, I'm going to make an appointment. I'll call you at noon on Monday, whatever, for emailing back and forth. That happens sometimes. But this idea that I have to text someone before I call them and ask for permission, sorry. Homie, don't play that, brother.
I think it's almost, yeah, I think it's kind of like the opposite. Like I feel like a text is more intrusive than a call. Is that wrong? I mean, I started texting some customers sometimes, but I feel like that's
I think Scotty's hit the nail on the head with the generational thing. Like the generation, the millennials are a text message generation. We're a phone call generation, right? Our parents were letter writing generations. The medium is the message in a sense, but all these things are communication tools. Okay. So, text message is the lowest level of communication possible. Okay. Like it's the cheapest, most incoherent. You want to get confused? Let's start texting each other back and forth. Let's have an argument over text. That's a good idea. I'm going to fight with my wife over text messages, say. Like you want to piss somebody off? Have an argument with them over text. For sure, nothing is going to get resolved. Okay? Right. Because it's the lowest form of communication. Social media communication is like a paper package communication where you're trying to present some. It's like a resume message. This is a message from my resume, my social resume, or my professional. My resume is texting you, right? It's like that's what that is, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong of any of this, but the phone call, serendipity, the phone rang, boom. You know what? I only have like 15 contacts in my phone because I like to be surprised, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do that on purpose.
Yeah.
So I have, like, I don't have, for example, like one of our sponsors, I don't have the marketing manager. Even though I've spoken to her many times on the phone and text messages, this person, I don't have her phone number, name, and number in my phone. Because when the phone rings, I see that. I'm like, who's this? Ooh, yeah, let's go. I kind of like it. It's like a surprise, right? And so that element, people are eliminating that element of the serendipity of the phone call. And something's lost in that. And I find that video calls, like, I don't like some people's video call mannerisms. Like, I wouldn't mind if we were in person. But some people really annoy me on video calls, like the way their face looks or their expressions. They sit a certain way and they're sitting there and they're whatever. I don't like the way they behave on video calls, and so I don't like to watch. I don't like some people on video calls. I much prefer to talk to somebody on the phone. Much prefer it for business. For like, I do video calls with customers or people want to have to do screen shares. But if I don't have to do a screen share, man, I want to pick up that phone. Yeah. Because sometimes I'm like thinking things up, or I'm writing something on my whiteboard or whatever while I'm talking to them. And, or I put them on mute while I'm talking to them and I speak to somebody else and then I come back, right? I do all manner of things that, on the phone that I find very productive and that. So, hey, millennials, if you think that everyone should ask for permission to call you, or if you think that, that people should have to book your time, great. I mean, if you're super important, maybe you're a big shooter at the World Bank. Maybe you went to Stanford Law School and now you work at the World Bank, and what's happening in the Central African Republic is super important to you. So you have to schedule everything. Okay, fine. There's some people like that. Great, you're busy. But what I'm saying is you're missing something. There's an element you're missing. And there can be a surprise on a phone call that's nice. Sometimes they're bad, so you just hang up the phone. Who cares?
That's where I've gotten some of the biggest deals that I can, business deals and things. If everything's scheduled, it doesn't work. Or getting into an appointment somewhere, just call them. Call the person. Get it figured out right there, right now. Let's go.
And if you're a lighting distributor or electrical distributor and your branch doesn't answer the phone, oh man, you're missing out on so many sales. I think it's okay if it says like, hi, you've reached company X, press 1 to speak to someone now. That's okay. But even that, that's like I call those things, don't bring your money around here strategies. That's what I call them in my office. You know what I mean? We're too busy to take your money from you. We're too busy. Yeah, we're too busy to take money from you. So, you know what? You better book a time when you can call us and give us money. Light thing, right thing, man. Yeah, go to Satco, SATCO.com. That's right, Satco. They do the light thing. They got the right thing going. That's for sure. Gangsters.